Laura, next we have the 2012 Jacques Lorent Champagne. I believe it's a Brut. Tell us a little bit more about this, aside from being a vintage.
Yes.
11-year-old by now.
Really exciting to have a vintage champagne. So this is all from 2012 vintage. By law, it has to be 100% from that vintage. So there's no adding in anything. And so this is all 2012. And curiously, only for a champagne house, they're only allowed to make so much vintage a year. So they have to keep some in reserve for those vintages that are
and adding a little extra depth.
Exactly. It's like they have to put a little bit in the bank for those rainy days, which they do get in Champagne. So 2012 was actually, by all accounts, an excellent vintage. This is one of those standout vintages, particularly for Chardonnay, which makes up almost half of the blend of this wine. Ooh. Yeah.
Wow, that has a lot of depth, a lot of richness. You start getting into like the Parmesan rind of an aged Parmesan, like Grana Padano, but it has a little bit of like a starfruit tropical note, maybe a little grilled pineapple.
When you're doing champagne, like throughout the meal, when do you like to see the vintage champagne? Is it in the beginning, the middle, the end?
I'm more towards the middle and entrees. But I mean, honestly, I'm happy to start with vintage and end with vintage anytime, depending on the vintage, depending how old. I think you could do like one producer, one house, and start with like the younger ones, and then go with the older and older.
Similar to be like with red wine, they get a little bit more. They pick up characters.
Yes, this is a great example of it. Now the blend here it's leading by Chardonnay, right?
Yes, mostly Chardonnay. Almost it's 45% Chardonnay, 45 Pinot Noir. A little bit of Meunier to round out the blend.
And where is it from? What village?
So this is a small village on the Marne River, very close to Epernay. So you're right outside like the main hub, and it's actually the name is Mardoul. I think Mardoul.
Okay.
We'll have to get some people out there to correct our pronunciation on that.
Yeah, food-wise, what do you think?
I think this is fantastic. I think fried food, of course, but fruit-based desserts even.
I don't know. You did a version of a Vitello Tonato the other day with like a piccata sauce, capers, butter. I tend to gravitate with this much richness, still like precise acidity, towards those creamy dishes.
Yeah, I'm thinking creamy things as well. I think that this acidity would cut right through. So really beautiful wine. The other thing about this, it is a cooperative. So like I said, everyone, has to bank a little reserve wine. This is also another thing in Champagne where producers bring together all of their efforts and then make a wine. And that way, year over year, they're getting from their best spots, and everyone really gets to, get the best of all the worlds.
Beautiful. I'm enjoying getting the best of both worlds in this glass. And just beautiful persistence, elegance, seriousness. It's a wine that you can sit down and talk to for a while.
Absolutely.
Pretty.
Cheers.
Cheers.